Okay, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so we have opened a IDLE cell, and this cell you will like automatically it will get installed once you install a software like it 395 or maybe some other for every OS you will get. Okay, Mac OS as well. So okay, let me come to here. Now let's start quickly, like very bottom, what is Python? And so Python, in simple line, Python is a high level programming language. Now, what do we mean by high level programming language? So as we know, our computer systems usually talk into zero and ones, and we call it binary systems. So like whatever you are writing, whether you are opening a notepad, whether you are running a command, opening a browser, everything is actually behind the scene is a command written in 0 and 1 logic. But as a user, as you know, computer can understand 0 and 1 logic. But as a user, we can't, like, we don't know what is the number for, suppose, opening a browser, what is the number for opening a notepad, right? That's why computer scientists came with a language which is easily understood by the human, and that is why we call it high level programming language. High level means a human can understand this language very easily because it is written in a very simple English. So you can understand what is being written. There is a logic, like suppose if you wanted to perform a task, you can define a logic. So everything is a basic English. There is no other, no other languages involved, and that is why we call it uh, uh, a high level programming language. There is a other kind of languages also, and those are called low level programming language. Low level programming language is the actually that 0 1 code. So there are scientists who can write directly that as well. So there are two kind of language, high level and low level. Low level language is only understand by the system, a computer system, and they can talk in that language. But for a human, high level programming languages are there, and Python is one of them. Now, the software, whatever you have installed, what is that? Why we need this Python software in your system? The reason is uh, whatever you are going to write, suppose you wanted to say hi, and you wanted to write something, let's say hi Atul, and so you have written that in English, but that translation is you have written in high level language, that is English. How it is being translated to a kind of a line, a 0 1 line, which can be easily understood by the system, a computer system, right? That is why we need a software which can translate our logic, our program logic, translate it to a file or a code or a logic which can be easily understood by a computer system. That's why we need this software. This software is actually responsible for translate that high level English logic into the logic which can be easily understood by the computer system. Okay, so and that is why this software piece is required. Okay, so let me know if anyone have any confusion till this time. Till okay, okay. So I hope not. Okay, so let's start with this ideally cell. Okay, we call it like interactive development. This tool is called. Okay, so here we are going to do a very interactive. So now from the programming language perspective, now I'm coming to the what is so before writing to any logic or any program, we'll quickly go through with few of the syntax or the terminology which we use in most of the programming language. And today we are going to talk about basically about uh, uh, Python. So in Python, there are uh, there are two things actually. So like so so okay, sorry. Okay, so there are called statement and and the expressions. So what is the statement and expressions? So let me tell you quickly. So suppose if in Python, ideally, if you quickly go and if you type 2 plus 3, what answer do you expect? Logically, like if you see simply from the math perspective, it is 5. Okay, and if I go by like 2 minus 3, it should be -1, right? Suppose 1 and one more thing, I'll quickly come to like what I'm doing here and why this is behaving like that. Okay, and so let's suppose if I'm going to do this, it will be 22. Let's suppose I'm going to do this, it will be 5.5. Okay, so now I'm coming to the very first part, like what is expressions, what is operators, and what is the value. Okay, so when a statement, so this is actually a statement. Okay, when a statement is being translated into a single value, that is called expressions. So expressions is nothing but is a simple rule, you can say, which is actually deriving something. So suppose if I ask you like what is 2 plus 5, what is like 2 multiplied by 6, so that the 2 multiplied by 6 is actually expressions, because when you do this calculation, the answer will be a single value, which will be 2 multiplied by 6 is equal to 12. So this is called expressions. Okay, so in Python, you can do all kind of math, as you can see here, 2 plus 3, 2 minus 3, but this is interactive because we are right now dealing in an interactive set. And if you guys are here, you can also do the same thing here. This will also behave the same way. Okay, now coming back to here, so and so these, the whole statement, whole line is actually called the expressions. Now coming to what is number 2, what is number 3. So number 2, number 3 is called, in programming language, these are called constant. Why constant? As the simple meaning, constant something which is never changed. So the value, yeah.
Sorry, it appears that we can't see the, people are saying they can't see the screen. Is that true?
I am saying.
Can everyone still see the screen or no? Maybe just reply in the comment section if you can or not. Maria can see it. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. Okay, let me repeat again. So this is expressions. Now, whatever the operations we are performing, those are called operators in programming language. And these terms are generic. These terms are common to all programming language. It doesn't matter whether you are using Python, Java, C, and any other language. So constants are those values which never change. In this case, those are 2, 3, 4, whatever the numbers, those are the constant, because the value of number 2 is always 2. It never gonna like 1.5 or something like that, right? And these the operations whatever we are performing, like addition, subtraction, maybe multiplications, divide, some other kind of operations, those are called operators. So these are called operators. Now, can someone tell me what will be the output for this? And please don't run it, just guess it at first. What will be the output of this expression? Anyone?
Atul can't see what you have written on the screen. I think
why
there is
it's
a lag.
The screen does not refresh, I believe.
Yes, I can see.
Some lag is there or something like that, right?
Maybe because when you're typing, we are getting after 2 minutes, like you can't see immediately what you're typing.
I think what you are typing is in the web shell, and we are only looking at some other shell.
Got it. Sorry, yeah, got it. Let me share again, once again. Oh, I think I have shared only the browser one. My mistake. Let me see. Oh, I can share multiples. I don't. Okay. Let me know, guys, when you can see now.
Yeah, we can.
You can see now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry, my mistake. I was sharing only the browser screen. Okay. So what will be the output for this expression? It's a simple math. If you like give a wrong attempt, that is also one. But
Minus
what do
2.
you think?
Minus
-2.
It's a -2, right? And can you tell me why? Okay, let's not go to there, but let me quickly jump on that. Okay, so Python, whatever math you will do, it will follow the basic logic, basic rule of a math, which what the basic rule says, the multiplications and the divide will take the precedence over the addition and subtractions, right? So here what's happening, and once again, in Python, for a multiplication, there is no sign as X. Okay, for multiplication there is a star, which we call it like a star or asterisk. So for multiplication there is a asterisk sign, and what it will do, so when you do like 2 star 7, it will multiply the value. And now coming to the like the operator precedence, so these are called the operators. Okay, now what do we mean by precedence? Precedence is simple, says like first it will do the divide at very first level, then it will divide or multiplication, then it will take add and delete, suppose subtraction. So this will be the order: divide and multiplication first, that will be done, then it will do the addition and subtraction. Now, so if I go okay, so if I go here, so what's happening? First, it will do the multiplication. So -2 multiplied by 6, which is -12, plus 10, which will be the -2 here, right? But suppose I wanted to add first, and then I wanted to multiply. How I going to do it? Then the parentheses come into the picture. What parentheses do? Parentheses tell Python to give the priority to those. So then the order will be like parentheses first, then divide or multiplication, then addition and subtraction. So how that is going to happen? So I'm going back to this expressions once again. So -2 multiply. I wanted to now add first. Okay. Now the output will be -32. The reason is, as I have told you the order, because I have added the parenthesis. That's why now this expressions will resolve first. Okay, once this is solved, so 6 plus 10 is 16. Then so this one will be done. So it will be then 16 into -2, which will be -32. The same way you can do multiple parentheses as well. So like so you can use multiple ones. So suppose I'll start with once again, like suppose -4 into 2 into 3, and suppose I'm going to do into here 4 divided by 3 plus 6, 1 2 3, and let's say closing here, and 7. Okay, so let me quickly copy this and we'll quickly go what's happening one by one. Okay, so give me a sec, let me share one more screen. Okay, okay, I hope you guys can see my notepad right now.
Yep.
Okay, so now how the parenthesis will work? First, it will resolve the innermost parenthesis. Okay, whatever the innermost parenthesis. So if I go here, this one is the innermost. Okay, to simplify, let me make it 2. It will be much easier in that case. So first it will resolve this parenthesis. So what will happen, what will be the output somewhat look like? 4 divided by 2 will be 2. So just replace this value to 2. Okay, now it will take the outer parenthesis. So now you can see 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2 plus 6. Now implement the basic BODMAS rule. Okay, so the math BODMAS, which says bracket over divide multiply add and subtract. Okay, so first the innermost bracket, then it will go to the outermost. So if I come here, so multiplication will take first. Okay, so it is 2 into 3 is 6 into 2 is 12. So the output for this will change to 12. Okay, now again parenthesis is still there, so 12 plus 6 is 18. So minus 4 into 18 plus 7. Okay, and then 18 again, 18 into minus 4 equal to minus 72 plus 7, and then it will become minus 65. Okay, this is how Python or any programming language resolve the mathematics expressions. Okay, so let's quickly check here. So let me quickly change this, and you can see it's 65. Okay, the same way, like you can do any math here easily. Okay, so these till now we have played around the constant and a basic math. So one type is called constant. Then there is another term used called variable. Now what is the variable? As the name says, simple variable which can change. Okay, so any letter or any string. Now again, when I say string, treat it as of now as it's a word. Okay, which can have any value is called a variable. So here I'm going to do, suppose a equal to 4. Okay, and a equal to 5. Okay. So as you can see, what I have done here, this is an equal operator. So like this addition operator, negative operator, negation operator, multiplication operator. Likewise, this is called the assignment operator. Okay, as the name says, assignment means I'm assigning a value of 4 to this variable called a. Okay, so now can you guess what if I'm going to print a now, what will be the value? Just guess it. And one more thing, a is a variable. A can hold any value. So what do you think? What will be the value of a here?
I think it's frozen.
Sorry, Atul, I believe, yeah, your screen's
Oh,
frozen on
it's
Notepad.
again frozen. One sec. Now you can see.
Yep, it's better.
Okay. So okay, so again coming back to the variable. So variable as which can hold any value. Okay, hold any value. It doesn't matter, like as I told about constant value can never change. So basically all the math numbers, arithmetic numbers are constant, because the value of 2 is never going to change. But the variable can be a letter or a word. Okay, in programming term we call it a string. Okay, which can hold any value. So here what I'm doing here, a equal to 4, then in the next line I have done a equal to 5. What do you think if I'm going to like going to check what is the value of a? What do you think what it will be at this point?
5
And why so?
because it's the most recent one.
Right. So as variable says, variable definition says, like variable can hold any value. And Python, like here, it is working line by line. So what it done in these 3 lines, what happened? First, when you put a equal to 4, in behind the scene, it knows like right now the value of a is 4, okay, where a is a variable. Then what I did, a equal to 5, because a is a variable, then variable can have any value, it can change, right? So now what happened, it discarded the value 4 and it assigned the value 5, and then when I have printed a, it represented the latest one. Okay, so variable can a letter or a word. So suppose if I'm going to say, suppose okay, and if I'm going to do this, okay, so what happened here, I have assigned 23 to a variable called 80, okay, and then I have multiplied 2 into that variable, which is actually 46. And how it become, behind the scene, when I run this expression, so this is a expression, okay, because here operators are there and few values are there. One is the constant value and the another one is the variable value. So behind the scene, what's happening, it will check if 80 have any value, if 80 is a variable, and it found a value which is 23. So behind the scene, it will replace the 80 with 23 and then it will calculate the value. Okay, likewise, so variable as I said said, variable can be anything. So like suppose if I say, suppose Sam equal to, let's say 52, okay, and Pam equal to 5, and suppose Cam equal to 2. Okay, so these 3 variables I have created. Okay, now if I going to do this, can anyone tell me the answer?
31.
uh, can you please repeat again?
Is it 31?
31, how so? So Sam divided by Cam. Okay, so what is the value of Sam?
Sam is 52,
Divided by 2,
which is 26.
26, plus 5, which is 31. Okay, now let's see if I'm going to do this. Suppose, what do you think now output will be? Suppose,
Error.
yeah, this will throw error, because what will happen behind the scene, when Python is going to translate all the values for this expression, Sam divided by Rome, Sam value is there, it will find a value of Sam which is 52. It will search for Rome. Is there any value for Rome? It will search for it and it will not found. Then it will throw error, and this error is says this: name Rome is not defined. Defined means there is no value assigned to Rome. Okay, so expressions can do so. Expressions, if the answer is a single value, those are called the expressions. Expressions can have constant value as well as variable values to perform all the operations. If we are performing any operations on a variable which is not defined, which doesn't have a value, assigned value, then Python will throw a error. Okay, it is something like, suppose if I say if you are going to buy a grocery and suppose there is a like a $5 per LB, there is a something. But if I'm not going to tell you like what is how many LBs you are going to get it, so you are not gonna calculate it like, so like in $5 how much I can I'll get that fruit. That was the same thing here. Here what I'm trying to do here is like I wanted to know what is SAM divided by ROM, but I don't have a value for ROM, and that is why Python will throw error. Okay, so any questions till this point? You guys, I think you guys can see, right? Or still stuck or something?
Can one variable be equal to another variable for the time being?
Yes.
So let's say, can you have SAM equal to PAM? Can you do that, or that will be an error?
No, it can be. But remember, if I'm going to do SAM equal to PAM, can you tell me what will the value of SAM? It will replace. It will be 5, right?
It will change to 5.
Yeah, because it's a variable. If and you have done a new assignment. Okay, so wherever a single operator is single equal to sign. Okay, so let me quickly do one thing. Tell you. So usually in math we do, is 5 equal to 5? Yes. So the answer will be here either yes or no, right? Means if I ask like if 5 is equal to 5, so the answer will be either yes or no. But in Python, a single equal is an assignment operator. Okay, so if it is this, then it is called assignment operator. Okay, to do the mathematical equal, we have to use double equal to. Okay, and this will perform a equal operation. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, let's see, SAM double equal to PAM. What do you think the answer will be? So here, when I do a single equal to, that means it's an assignment. The value will be assigned, the right hand side value will be assigned to left hand side variable. Okay, but when I do double equal sign, that means it's an equal operations. It is checking whether values are equal or not. So if I'm going to do SAM double equal to PAM, the answer will be true. Okay, and if I'm going to do suppose SAM double equal to CAM, the answer will be false, because it is doing the math equal operations. So this is the only thing you need to remember. In Python, a single equal sign is not doing the equal operation whatever we do in math. Okay, in single equal sign is actually an assignment operator. But if you wanted to do a equal operation, if you wanted to check equal operation, that is a double equal to sign. Okay, and with the double equal to sign, there are few another operators comes into the picture. Okay, now, so suppose if I do this, so this operator, exclamation mark and equal to, this is actually called not equal operator. Okay, this is a negation. So this is a negative and this is a equal sign. So let's say what I'm going to do, SAM equal to PAM, and this is false. Can you tell me why? Here, the reason is I have changed the operator. Operator is checking not equal to. Okay, so if it's equal to, if double equal sign is there, it's equal to. If exclamation mark and equal to, then it's called not equal operation. Okay, so here what it is doing is the value of SAM does not equal to PAM, but if you see SAM is equal to 5, PAM is also 5. That means if you simply translate it, so 5 does not equal to 5. And obviously that's wrong. 5 is equal to 5, right? That's why Sam, when I did Sam double equal to Pam, it's true. When I did a negation, it simply reverted this value and tell me like false. Okay, so these are few basic operators. So like a bracket, then the division, like which is a single slash, multiplication is a star, addition is plus, subtraction is minus, and these equal sign is actually a assignment operator. Double equal sign is actually equal, and exclamation mark and equal is not equal to. Okay, so this is the operators. Now I'm talking about, so as you can see, whatever we have done till now, we have done on either variable and constant, and basically we played around numbers. Okay, but Python is not like ending here. Okay, so there are a lot next. Now let me quickly go to the data type. What do we mean by data type? So data type is actually telling you the type of that value or the data, whatever you are entering. Okay, so any number which doesn't have decimal point, okay, like suppose 3, 4, any number, okay, is called integer in programming language. Okay, and any number with decimal, suppose 2.5, 2.3, 4.8, maybe let's say 7.2, or any number, like as I told, like any number. Okay, it's called float. Okay, and any word or letter enclosed with single inverted comma or double inverted comma is called string. Okay, so we haven't seen till now the string. Okay, just keep one thing in mind. Data type will be string only if it is enclosed with either single inverted comma or the double inverted comma. So this SAM, okay, if you see there is no inverted comma involved here as well as here, that means these are not string data type. These are variables. Okay, so this is sometimes it's little confusing when you started learning. Means these are also like a word. You can say these are also a letter, words, right? Why these are not string? The reason is this is not Python is translating it to. If it is enclosed with single inverted comma or double inverted comma, then only it is called string. So let's quickly see what is that. Okay, so let's say I'm going to a equal to 5. Okay, oh sorry, a equal to 5, b equal to let's say 2.4, and c equal to let's say, and you see I have put a single inverted comma, and if you see the color is changed little bit. Okay, it's green. So these tools is actually very helping. So as you can see, all the answers is represent in blue color, all the errors is red color. Okay, so it's try to like give us a benefit of like vision to easy identify the things. So a equal to 5, b equal to 2.4, and c equal to Atul. Okay, and everything is assigned properly. Now I'm going to run, I'm going to utilize a function. Okay, a function is nothing but a kind of a program behind the scene. Okay, I'll come like what exactly function mean, but here just see what is there. Okay, so here I'm checking by this function type what kind of value a variable is holding. Okay, so as you can see, it says int is actually integer, so in short form it says int. Okay, The same thing I'm going to do for B. It says float. Okay, and the same I'm going to do for C. And it says str. Str is again a short form for string. Okay, so let's see now. Let's quickly now play around with the string. So till now we have played around with numbers, variables, constant. Let's quickly play around with the strings. Okay, so if I'm going to type, suppose again, one sec. Okay, so what do you think output will be? Or let me do one thing. Let me quickly open a new idle. That way nothing is defined in this idle. Okay, so this is clean, no variable is defined. Okay, nothing is there. Let's say name equal to, suppose I'm going to say Atul. What do you think what will happen here if I do this?
I don't think we're
throw
seeing
error.
the same screen that you are.
One sec, let me see how many screens I'm sharing. I'm sharing now. Okay. So I opened a refresh ideally. Okay. What I'm doing here, so nothing is defined. So you can like, don't worry about like what we have done in this older screen. Now I'm on a new screen. So nothing is defined. Okay. So I have done name equal to Atul. And what it says that name Atul is not defined. Okay. And let me change it, because name is also here a value. So suppose I say, suppose f name equal to, it says that Atul is not defined because Python is searching for a variable named Atul, but I'm trying to assign a string to f name. Okay, so the correct way of doing this, either do this or a single inverted comma. Okay, so now if I type f name, the output will be Atul. Okay, now very interesting thing. What do you think what will be the output of this? Any guesses?
It's going to double it up.
Miss, can you please spell it when it is going to double it up? What do you mean by double it up?
So it's going to show Atul twice.
Yes. So it's going to do Atul, then Atul. Okay. Again, one more thing. Suppose if I'm going to do f name plus, not this way. Let's say suppose I type hi plus. Let me add one extra, and then f name. What will happen here? Hi Atul. So in a string, when the variable is a string, it will do a plus sign will, as in math, plus sign, what it will do? It will do a addition. The same way in a string, when the variable is a string, it will do the concatenation. Means it will simply add those two values. So if you see here, hi, then extra space I have given, because Python will not add a space. So suppose if I simply going to do this, it will simply print hi Atul without a space. And that is why if you see here, I have added one space. Okay, you can do multiple things, like suppose hi plus f name plus Okay, just remember one thing. Suppose if you are using starting with double quotes, always end with double quotes. If you are using single quotes, always end with single quotes. Okay, don't mix and match. Okay. Okay, so this will print this. Now can you tell me where I did the mistake? A small mistake, if you see by the line, like I didn't give an extra space in this section, fname plus how are you, and that is why if you see fname, the value of fname is Atul, and the how are you, there is no extra space, and that is why these two values are concatenated. Okay, so this, if I make this, suppose extra space, then it will be hi Atul, how are you, this is me learning Python. Okay, so strings are so this is how the string behaves. So if you concatenate or multiply, there is no division and subtraction options here with the strings. Okay, only you can concatenate and you can multiply the values. Suppose if I go to say like hi and extra not extra space plus. Now let's tell me what will be the output of this. I hope you guys can see the screen. Okay, and let me know if you guys cannot.
Atul, it says in the comments that some people can't see. I just wanted to check with everyone. Can anyone reply and say if they can see the screen?
I can see it.
Okay.
So what do you think? What will be the output of this? Any wild guesses will be fine. So don't think like it will be like wrong or something. Just like what do you think?
It's going to show 3 exclamations
And with hi.
and hi. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I told you, with the string plus will do the concatenation. So multiply will repeat whatever we are multiplying with. So in this also, like the basic BODMAS rule follow. Okay, what will happen? First it will multiply. Okay, and then it will do the addition. So that's why you see 3 exclamation mark and then hi. Let's suppose I'm going to do this. I'm going to use a bracket here now. Okay, plus, and I'm going to exclamation mark here, and now I'm going to multiply. So here I'm giving a preference to this operation first because of the bracket, because bracket resolve first. Okay, so what it will do, it will do hi exclamation mark, and then it will multiply by 3. So it will be this hi exclamation mark, then it will repeat all these 3 letters hi exclamation mark 2 times more. Okay, so that's why hi. Okay, so this is how like string works in Python. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly develop a small program. Okay, don't worry about like what's happening behind the scene and how this is performing. I'm going to quickly develop a very small program which will like then I'll explain like what's actually happening. You can do the same thing by opening Python new file. It will, okay, and then you can type it everything. Okay, so I have typed something. I'll explain quickly.
Atul, I just wanted to remind you that we have 6 minutes left from this Zoom session, just so that in case you are going to go into something in depth.
Yeah. So no worries, it will be done.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let me quickly open that. Okay, so I hope you can see this small program on the screen.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so as you can see here, a few things are there, but I'm quickly going to run it first. Sec. Okay. So here it, if you see, come down. Okay, here it is running. So it is asking like, what is your name? I'll say Atul. It have printed, it's nice to meet you, Atul. And remember, I made one mistake here. Okay, now it is asking what year is this. So I'm going to say, suppose 2021, and it again give me a typo error. Now let's come back to here and let me quickly fix it. Okay, okay, and I'm going to run it again. So again it asks, what is your name? So I'm typing, one second. Mistake. Okay, so it is asking like, what is your name? I'm going to type Atul. It prints like it's nice to meet you, Atul. Now it is asking like, what year is this? I have typed 2021, and it says that next year will be 2022. Okay, now how it's happening behind the scene, let's quickly check here. So any programming language, till now we have seen basic things like how addition will happen, how divide will happen, how variable is working, how constants are behaving, right? But to like have a proper language which which function as you want, there are few what we call them, these are called terms, or the functions is defined by the language, which it identify what it is doing. Okay, so in Python, the print, as the name says, print is a function. In simple terms, function is nothing but a functionality or a utility. In simple terms, if you say, is provided by the language. Okay, so print is a function, whatever the string. So this is a string or a statement. Okay, because if you see, these are double, if we are passing to double quotes or maybe the single quotes, whatever you pass it to print function, it will print it. Okay, so this file, if you see, if in a file, if anything which is starting from this sharp sign, that is a comment. Okay, so if you can put, suppose if you wanted to put a help, so you can put
Sorry, we can't see. We just see random screen.
let me quickly go back again. Are you able to see now?
Yes, now it's good. Thanks.
Okay, no problem. So this is a small program. Okay, so like any line which is starting from sharp sign, okay, or hash sign, that is called comment. And in any programming language, comment is very important to like describe what below lines are doing, right? So you can put any comment. So whatever you don't want to execute, means you don't want to translate into machine language, that you can put as a sharp sign. Okay, so you can put like, suppose for this, suppose this, so this is a welcome program. Okay, so this will never be executed. Okay, the same way you can put here also, like will print suppose hi. Okay, this line will also not execute because it is starting from sharp sign. Okay, now print is a function. Whatever you pass to this function in a single or double inverted commas, or print is expecting a string. So this is a string. Okay, it will print as is to on the terminal screen, on this output screen. Okay, so this is actually called a terminal. Okay, this is the output string. Then so first it will print like hi, welcome to Python. Then again there is a print statement which says what is your name. Okay, so again it will print a second line which says that what is your name. Now what is this now? Okay, f name equal to input. I hope you guys understand what is f name here and what is equal. Okay, so equal is an assignment operator and f name is a variable name. Okay, this is a variable. Now what is input? So let me quickly describe here. Input is a function. Again, don't like go into more details like what exactly it is doing, but I'm going to quickly give you the highlight. Input is a function which take user input. Means it will ask you, it will wait for you to insert something, okay, on the screen. So what it is doing, what is your name? It is waiting for you. Suppose you have inputted like suppose Atul. So what it will do, it will take that Atul value and assign that value to f name. Okay, so now f name will have Atul. Now the next line says print, which is going to print it. Hi, it's nice to meet you plus f name. Okay, so here whatever we have done previously, if you see here we are doing the same thing. So how Python will translate? First it will resolve this line, this section. Okay, so if I ask you f name is equal to Atul, how it will resolve? It will resolve like it's nice to meet you space, as I have added here, plus space Atul. So it will say it's nice to meet you Atul. Next it is asking what year is this? So again there is an input, and I have put a one more function here, int. I'll tell you later like what it is doing. Okay, so year, suppose I have put here 2021, and here it is saying that next year will be str. Again this is another function, I'll tell you, and it is doing this calculation. So year yr plus 1, it is doing an addition of 1 and then it is printing. Okay, so let me quickly save and run it again. So it's okay here. Okay, it is asking what is your name. Suppose if I say what, suppose I say these many years, what is your name, this, what year this, suppose I'll say 1999. Okay, so this line says it's nice to meet you a, it added that value, and then what year is this? Suppose I have printed 1999, it simply added 1 and then printed next year is 2000. Okay, so this is the like a very basic program. You can design any program like this. So I'll ask you and I hope you guys can easily like design it. So what I'll do, I'll share this program, this file. Okay, you can open in Notepad++ or maybe a Notepad, simple Notepad. Modify a little bit whatever you can think of, whatever we have seen today, like plus minus maybe few things, right? And try to do this thing. Okay, but remember one thing, when this year is in this program, here you have to pass any integer and float value. Okay, And in this section, you have to pass any string value. Why? I'll tell you later, like why I am forcing you have to pass this. You can modify, you can put like what age is this, and you can calculate some funny calculation on your age, and then you can print it. Okay, so like this is a very little assignment. If you guys can play around with this program, if you have any, if you face any issues or if any error you see, we can discuss it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, just one question.
Yeah.
So after print, there is always a parenthesis. Is that necessary? Is a part
Yes.
of the command?
Yes. So print is actually this function.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Now whatever expressions you have to type, suppose if that is also having some expressions, that will be part of this. Okay. Suppose if I'm going to say by, okay, if I'm going to do something else, but these two parentheses is a part of print. Okay.
Atul.
Yeah.
When to use the single inverted comma and when to use a double inverted comma? How to know that?
Okay, so that's actually a very debatable questions in Python as well. So the basic, I'll tell you like a very programming terminology. So double inverted commas are sometimes is required to okay, so let me quickly show you that as well. Okay, so you see this, it's nice to meet you line. There you see a single inverted comma, right?
Okay.
This line, right? So what happens sometime? Okay, let me save it. I'll show you here. Okay, print hi. Okay, this will print hi. Print hi. This will also print hi. So there is no difference, but in few cases we have to make few changes. How? I'll tell you. Print. Suppose if I print, and if you see the string is represented as green color, right? You can simply see. Now if I typing, suppose hi, I am, and inverted comma close. What do you see now?
Okay. We have inverted comma in the sentence, so they will
Yeah.
close
Yes.
the sentence in between.
Correct. So what's happening in this scenario, in this line, because you started with single inverted comma, Python will end it as soon as it will hit another single inverted comma.
Okay.
Okay, that's why Python shows green till here. Okay, then there are few blacks. We can avoid it by simply switching it. Means suppose if I need a single inverted comma here, I'll make double this and double this. So if you see the whole screen, hi, I am Atul. Okay, there are some other ways to do that as well. Okay, so let me show you, but I'll explain later like why that, how we have to do that way. Okay, so this is another way to avoid that. If you see here, I have used single inverted comma, here I have used single inverted comma. But there is a different way of using a single inverted comma here. And what this is, these are called escape characters. I'll tell you like in details like why escape characters is required sometime. Okay, so I'm going to share this program with you guys, play around it, but remember the very first input is expecting a string value, and the second what we call it, second input is expecting integer or float value. Okay, I have made it float. Okay, so you can pass any arithmetic number if you wanted to perform any operation on earth, like on that number. You can change this value as well. Okay, or you can modify here and there. Okay, so I'll request you to play around this few lines. Okay, do some things with this, and when we tomorrow like we'll get together, we'll see like if someone is facing issues or what you have done, and then we will proceed from there. Okay, so okay, so I'm quickly going to share this file with you guys. So I think this place you guys can download from here, right? I think, yeah. So let me quickly share that. You can open this file in Notepad anywhere. Okay, so there is no problem. But how you have to run it? Suppose if you have idle, so go to file, open, and open that file particular. Suppose welcome.py. Okay, and once you open, it will open like this. How you have to run it? Go to run and just run module, and this is it. It will run it. Okay, in a screen. Okay, got it. Okay, okay, guys, that is all for today. We will like rejoin tomorrow at the same time, and we will see what we have learned till now. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming, everyone. We'll see you all on Thursday for the next session. If you can't attend, that's okay, but I will send out a Zoom link very shortly with the new link.
Thank you.
Great,
Have a
thanks
good
so much.
night.
Have a good night.
You
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Uttam. Bye.